Hello there everybody and welcome back to Resident Evil HD. Last video we came back to the mansion from the residence, and using our helmet key we started opening up some doors. We got a couple of items last time, including the jewelry box and our yellow and red gemstones. Now with the red gemstone, this is going to allow us to open up the jewelry box. We fit it inside and a couple of pieces will pop off. And once we correctly place these pieces to form a picture, we'll be able to see the item that's inside. This puzzle's a little bit tricky, but it's nothing too overly complicated. What you basically have to do is just put these in such a way that they all fit. They all come together, and then you'll be able to see that once you start placing them, they also sort of form a bit of a picture as well. So you probably need to play around with this a little bit in order to get it to come together just right. And as long as you have the pieces and they all fit, then that's good. You don't have to make them all fit identically or exactly where they're supposed to go. As you can see here, I've got a pretty big space on the top piece, but I've actually managed to make them all fit, and that's good enough to make the jewelry box open up. So luckily they're not asking for perfection, they're just looking to have everything fit in the right place, and once that happens you will get a key. And you can see the emblem on the key. And this is a very specific key that we're going to be using for one door and one door only. Now, this is on the eastern side of the mansion, and right now we are on the western side of the mansion, so we are going to be holding on to that for the time being. We'll use that when we go back to that side of the mansion, but for the time being, what I want to do is first of all use that yellow gemstone so we can get that out of our inventory and use it up. And then I want to go and fight a bit of a boss. I have my grenade launcher with me to aid me in our next boss fight. And by doing that, we'll be able to get another key item that will be used a little bit further down the line. We're gonna come in here first. This is the room with the tiger head statue. We placed the blue gemstone in one of the eyes earlier to get the shotgun shells. With the yellow gemstone, you can put it into the other eye and you will get this peculiar looking item. This is one of 3 ammo discs. This is the only ammo disc in the mansion. The other 2 are in the last area of the game. And that is only necessary if you want to try and get the best ending in the game. So if you are doing a speed run, or you're looking to get a different ending, or you're not too picky either way, then again, that room is completely optional. You can skip it altogether if you want. But I'm going to try and show the best ending just because I think that that's sort of best in terms of a playthrough perspective. I think that a lot of people really like to see the best ending and see the best result possible, or at least I do. And maybe if I play Chris's campaign further on down the line, we can showcase a different ending or something like that. Because you do have a couple of different options on what ending it is you get at the very end. Now I'm going to go back towards our armor room. This is where we got our armor key, and we did the puzzle with the fake key and the real key. So this room here, if you guys recall, and I don't remember if I showed it in the video or not, but there is a door behind the trap, and when you have the helmet key, you'll be able to open it up. So I'm going to equip my grenade launcher. I brought plenty of shells with me this time around. And I'm also going to be picking up these herbs because I think I'll probably need a couple of them. Hopefully I won't be too careless during this, but if I am, then those herbs are definitely going to be good to have. And... Yawn! Hey, he's back! You guys may have already forgotten that we were going to come back and kill this guy at some point, and that point is now. So this is round 2 versus Yawn the Snake. Richard is not here to help us this time because he sacrificed his life to save us last time. So let's kill Yawn once and for all and make sure that Richard's death was not in vain. I've chosen the grenade launcher for this because I feel like it is just the best choice. It seems to do a lot of damage. I have a lot of ammo for it. We haven't really had a chance to see it in action so far. And as you can see, there are a couple of shots with the grenade launcher and Yawn goes down, so it is really a great weapon for that. You can use the Magnum or even the shotgun if you want. I mean, if you're feeling particularly ballsy, then those are all definite options, but I think that took about 5 shells to kill Yawn. We took no damage, and that went pretty well. He does hit pretty damn hard if you let him hit you, so it's really wise, I think, to sort of circle around the library if possible. And once he dies, he'll be gone for good. We don't have to worry about him anymore. We can leave his corpse here, and before you go, make sure to pick up that book, because that book is a key item. If we examine it, there's going to be an item inside, which turns out to be a medal, the wolf medal to be exact. Now we don't need that right now at this particular moment, but we are going to be needing it shortly. I am going to probably put it in my item box for now, along with the ammo disc, because we're not going to need the ammo disc for quite a long period of time, and it's just taking up inventory space. And I think for the time being, we're pretty much done on the eastern side of the mansion. So I think what I'm going to do now is head towards the western side of the mansion. We'll go and use our emblem key. And there's also one more door that we can open up with our helmet key before we discard it. So I'm going to go back to the dining room, back to the main hall. I think I'll take the art room shortcut, and that should pretty much put us right exactly where we need to be. And the good news about going back this way is we're also going to be very close to an item box as well. And we can kind of clean up our inventory a little bit, because I want as many free slots as possible. Let's find the gate. Over here. And I like going this way as well. I haven't mentioned it, but the reason I like going this way is because it's quicker and you can also avoid hunters. There's hunters in various rooms of the mansion, but I find that going this way allows you to pretty much avoid every single hunter that's on the eastern side of the mansion over here. There's also some dogs I don't think I ever bothered to take care of, and by doing this, I don't have to worry about them at all. And there's going to be even more hunters in your game if you're playing on normal difficulty or higher, and so that shortcut becomes more useful than ever if you're playing on a harder difficulty, I think. I'm gonna go to my safe room first and just dump a couple of things off, because there are a couple of items in that room where we have to use the emblem key. I'm gonna dump off the wolf medal, the ammo disc, and we'll just keep these 3 items in our inventory for now. And luckily for us, the door that requires the emblem key is the one that's right outside the safe room. This door has been staring us in the face for quite some time. But now we get to see what's inside. Hopefully something good. Now when you come in, it's much too dark to see. So what you need to do is examine the lamp on the counter and turn the lamp on. And after you've done that, it will allow you to explore the room and gather all of the delicious goodies it has, which includes shotgun shells, the metal object, and finally we have a battery pack. And I think that's it. Yes, it is. Okay, that's excellent. Looking at our map, the last room that we need to open up with our helmet key is on the second floor, as you can see there. So a quick trip back to the item box. And then we will go up the stairs from here and move on. Now, just for shits and giggles, I think I'm going to be taking out my handgun, actually, because we're going to be going to an area where there's a lot of zombies and not a lot of anything else. No hunters. There's a couple of spiders, but they can be really easily avoided. And we put away our handgun, I don't know how many videos ago, and, you know, haven't really used it. So, I don't know. I think it's worth just bringing our handgun along, because why the heck not? Might as well get rid of those zombies if we need to. Save us a little bit of health and use up some of our ridiculous amounts of handgun ammo. So I'm just going to go in with the helmet key and the handgun. And we'll see how this turns out. Hopefully not fatal or horrible or terrible. I think I could probably squeeze this next part in. Need to go down this hallway. This room, if we remember, is where we got our second floor mansion map and a couple of herbs as well. So it's this door here, and once you've opened that up, you can get rid of your helmet key, assuming you've opened up all the other doors. And this is another puzzle room. Surprise, surprise. Another puzzle slash trap room. This is another instant death room if you're not careful. What you need to do is move the statue and put it in the correct spot while keeping in mind that the walls will literally close in on you. So how I like to do this puzzle is to push the statue back as far as it can possibly go, leaving Jill a little bit of room to run. Once the walls have moved in, you can go behind this wall and press a switch, which is then going to make the walls move back. Quickly run in and go back to your statue and push it up against the leftmost wall to make it line up with the statue on the right. Once you've done that, the puzzle will stop and a door will open. So very, very simple. You just have to be really careful of how you move that statue. There's a battery pack to pick up and a hole to drop down. You may think that dropping down the hole is a bad idea, but trust me, we have to do it in order to advance on. Here is our other book. That is volume 1. And if we examine this book, we get the eagle medal. So we have the eagle and the wolf medal now. November 29th. I can't get out. I have tried every possible way to escape, but only to be faced with the reality that I am trapped. I've been everywhere. The laboratory with the large glass tubes filled with formaldehyde and those dark, wet, and eerie caves. What can I do? At first I didn't want to believe my eyes, but that familiar high-heeled shoe in the corridor, it was like a reflex. One name came to my mind. Jessica. I don't want to believe they share the same fate as me. No, I can't give up hope. I have to hope they're alive. November 30th. I haven't had anything to eat or drink for the past few days. I feel like I'm going crazy. Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to die like this? I was too obsessed with designing this ghastly mansion. I should have known better. It was a dark and damp underground tunnel and another dead end, but even in the darkness something caught my eye. November 31st. Carefully, I lit the last match. I had to see what it was. A grave, but deeply engraved into the stone was my name, George Trevor. At that instant, it all became clear to me. Those bastards knew from the beginning that I'd die here, and I fell right into their trap. But it's too late now. I'm losing it. Everything is becoming so far away. Jessica, Lisa, forgive me. Because of my ego, I got both of you involved in this damn whole conspiracy. Forgive me. May God justify my death in exchange for your safety, George Trevor. So this is George Trevor's tombstone. It's pretty eerie. He was the guy that built the mansion, and Lisa and Trevor were his wife and daughter. And Lisa Trevor's the monster in chains that we ran into back at the cabin. So his whole family kind of met a pretty ghastly fate, unfortunately. You can hop down into the hole to come down to the basement level. There's a couple spiders here, but they don't really bother you if you don't bother them. Pretty easy to avoid. We can pick up a map. At this dead end are some shotgun shells, if I can line up correctly to pick those up. Thank you. And quickly run to the end of the other hallway if you can. Spider. Excuse me. Thank you. See, didn't even try to lunge at me or anything. I walked right into it and it just minded its own business. It's a very nice spider. Very friendly. In this hallway, we have a couple of zombies to deal with. Just, you know, run-of-the-mill zombies. Nothing spectacular. And it's totally up to you what you want to do. We're not going to be coming back to this hallway ever, assuming that you pick up all the items on your first trip. So if you want to, you can just walk around them or avoid them or whatever. But, I'll take care of them. At least one of them. There's a dagger there on the floor to pick up, and if you go into the hallway filled up with water, you can hit the power supply. And this is going to power up our elevator. Our elevator was in the kitchen, if we recall. We went down into the kitchen by using our sword key, but we weren't able to use the elevator because it had no power. There should be some handgun bullets at the end of this hallway. On this shelf. Here we go. Forget how tough those zombies were. Not really tough, but just a lot of health. I mean, I pumped a lot of rounds into them. Slowed them down, but didn't really kill them. So now we're in the kitchen. Watch out for any zombies that you didn't kill on your first trip here. Pretty easy to avoid. I can just circle around this guy. And then find our elevator. And this is going to bring us to another new area that we haven't been to before. And hopefully you have some empty inventory slots going into this area, because there is a lot of stuff to pick up. And a lot of good stuff, I might add. Got some herbs. If my friend here would move out of the way. This guy moves fast. Oh my god. Excuse me, buddy. So like I said, couple of zombies here. Totally up to you what you want to do with them. I'm going to combine those real quickly to make some space. Shotgun might have been a better idea in this area, but I just have so many damn handgun bullets. And the shotgun just has better uses. I'd rather save my ammo for hunters or, you know, something else, really. So in this room, all there is just those herbs, so pick those up. And then go into the room at the end of the hall by the elevator. And And in here we've got a couple of things. We have some beloved magnum rounds that we can pick up. We have some shells for a grenade launcher. These are acid rounds. And we have our key item, which you're definitely going to want to grab, which is the battery. As well as a battery pack for our stun gun. So I think that pretty much clears the whole area up. As you can see, we've got a whole sea of green. I've pretty much explored every single room and picked up all the items I've come across, which is lovely. And that pretty much completes our second trip to the mansion. We've pretty much unlocked every single door, as you guys can see. There's not a whole lot of red on here, except for one door in the main room of the mansion, the entrance room where we came in. But everything else has been unlocked. We've used all 4 of our keys at this point as well. So I'm gonna go back to my item box and my safe room just to stop the video there, and then next time we'll sort of figure out where it is that we're gonna go from here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed a bit of a longer video. I probably could have... Oh shit, I think I hear a hunter. I probably could have split it up into a couple shorter parts, but I haven't really done a lot of these longer videos, so... There we go! Back to square one, where we started in the video, and we did pretty well, I must say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I want to thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.